Nakatakda ng magpadala ng notice ang House Justice Committee kay Vice President Sara Duterte matapos ideklarang sufficient in substance ang ikatlo at ikaapat na impeachment complaints laban sa kanya. Ayon sa defense team ng BISE, susuriin nila ang mga naging aksyon ng komite at mga record ng proceedings. May unang balita si Tina Panganiban Perez.
Culpable violation of the Constitution, betrayal of public trust, graft and corruption, bribery, at other high crimes. Ito ang mga isinusulong na grounds for impeachment sa ikatlo't ikaapat na reklamo laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Kaugnay ito sa umunoy maling paggamit ng confidential funds, pagkontrata sa isang patay umano sa Pangulo, First Lady at dating House Speaker, pagkamal umano ng unexplained wealth at hindi pagdedeklara nito sa kanyang SALN, at umunoy pagkilos para sa political destabilization, sedition at insurrection. Kasama sa mga basehan ng reklamo, ang affidavit ng nagpakilalang dating aide ng BISE na si Ramil Madriaga na umaming nag-deliver siya ng pera sa ilang individual sa utos daw ng BISE.
They were instructed to turn over cash to intermediaries at the direction of respondent Sara Duterte supports direct liability. So dito po pumapasok yung participation ng respondent.
Nakakulong ngayon si Madriaga dahil sa kasong kidnapping. Tanong ni House Deputy Minority Leader Representative Bong Suntay.
So we are relying on an affidavit issued by an individual who is currently in prison. Now, sino ba si Madriaga? Meron ba siyang appointment kay BP Sara to prove that he is an employee or an authorized person? Para ma-direkta naman natin yung linkage nung dalawa. Kasi if we rely heavily dun sa affidavit niya, it should not come
Madam
from
Chair,
a polluted force.
point of
Madam
order.
Chair.
Are we talking now here about the credibility of a prospective witness in these proceedings? We're not yet at the evidentiary stage. We're not yet supposed to judge whether or not Mr. Madriaga is credible. So it is premature and it tries to divert the matter now.
Muli ring pinag-usapan ng video na pinagbabantaan umano ng BISE ang Pangulo, First Lady at dating House Speaker.
Hindi sapat ang statement na kontrobersyal or politically shocking. Sa complaint na ito, ang allegation ay speech lamang. Walang alegasyon na may actual hitman na kinuha. Walang maipakitang may agreement nga o conspiracy na ipatupad dito. Wala rin naipakitang may payment o arrangement na ginawa in order to facilitate such statements. Wala rin maipakitang weapon procurement o alleged overt act.
That's wrong, Madam Chair. We are discussing on the sufficiency and substance and the irrelevant, illogical statements made in defense has no point because this is a direct threat to the life of the sovereign. I have seen the evidence and I have seen all the supporting documents, and this allegation is trial ready.
For the information of everyone, this went to the NBI. The NBI filed a case and they have the evidence. Now, that threats were conditional, is inconsequential. The mere act, Madam Chair, that she said these words and that she contracted an assassin is impeachable in itself.
Iprinisenta rin sa komite ang ilang SALN ng BISE para ipakitang may basehan ang alegasyong mayroon siyang di maipaliwanag na yaman.
To have a starting point, Madam Chair, the original SALN 2008 is 18,493,617. It was filed December 31, 2008. So for 2024, released by the Office of the Ombudsman, net worth of the Vice President is, can you put it a bit further, please? 88,512,370.22. We leave it to the House Committee on Justice to make a determination on whether the comparison between the original SALN at 2008 and the current SALN at 2024 constitutes unexplained wealth.
Is that particular SALN, has that been authenticated by the Ombudsman? Do you have a copy of authentication of the Ombudsman?
Honorable Ridon?
I don't think that is required. It is public record.
Public documents follow the self-authentication rule. They do not need further authentication.
Matapos ang deliberasyon, sinimulan na ng komite ang botohan.
Sufficient in substance. So ruled.
54 ang bumotong yes para ideklarang sufficient in substance ang ikatlo't ikaapat na impeachment complaints laban kay Vice President Duterte. Tanging si Representative Suntay lang ang bumotong no. Kasunod nito, magpapadala ng notice ang komite sa kampo ng Vice Presidente para maghain ng sagot sa loob ng 10 calendar days. Pagkatapos, may 3 calendar days ang mga complainant para maghain ng kanilang sagot. Sunod naman, may 3 calendar days ang bise para maghain ng rejoinder.
So it will be up to the respondent on how he is going to respond to all the allegations therein. Either he files 2 separate answers or he files 1 answer indicating the responses to the 3rd impeachment complaint and indicating the responses as well to the 4th impeachment complaint. What is important is for us to have reference that we are still dealing with 2 impeachment complaints here, although consolidated in 1 proceeding.
Ayon sa defense team ni Vice President Duterte, susuriin nila ang mga naging aksyon ng komite at mga record ng proceedings. Hindi raw muna nila tatalakayin sa media ang nilalaman ng kaso at sasagutin ito sa tamang konstitusyonal na proseso. Ito ang unang balita. Tina Panganiban Perez para sa GMA Integrated News.
Igan, mauna ka sa mga balita, mag-subscribe na sa GMA Integrated News sa YouTube para sa iba't ibang ulat sa ating bansa.